Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're actually going to be doing a requested video, so I want to thank my subscriber, follower who requested this video. I'm actually kind of surprised that I haven't done one of these before, but I'm really excited to jump into it. But today we're going to be talking about how to donate milk, how to sell your breast milk, and how to ship breast milk as well. So I'll have timestamps to everything down below. So let's just jump into it. Okay, so I got my little notes here. So we're gonna start with donating breast milk, which I do want to preface is that all of this is a personal preference. If you want to donate milk, ship milk, sell milk, pump milk, it's all your own personal choice. And I firmly believe that any route that you go, you should be happy with it. And don't let other people kind of influence you on what you should do. So donating milk, that usually means that you're giving your milk away for free. There is going to be a little asterisk with that, and I'll kind of get to that in a little bit. One of the first places that you should look to donate milk is your local hospital or local milk donation bank or facility. A lot of times they call them milk banks. So if you just do a simple Google search, usually there'll be a milk bank that pops up close to you, and usually they do have you go through kind of like a health screen. They'll draw blood, you know, make sure that you're healthy, kind of ask you about routine and just get like a background and a history on you. Usually that's all paid for by the milk bank, and then they usually provide, if needed, shipment equipment. If they don't, usually you have to drive with your milk to the milk bank and drop it off there, but they'll of course give you the details on all that. Another place to check out is Eats on Feet. You can find them on Facebook really easily. It's community-based breast milk sharing, and usually it's done state by state. So it is like a US-based milk bank. It's pretty easy to donate to them. Another option for donation is Prolacta Bioscience, which is who I donated to as a surrogate. You don't have to be a surrogate to donate to them. They have two kind of branches, which is Tiny Treasures, which is also on their website. I'll have it linked down below. It's for just the general public. So for moms who pump who aren't surrogates, they can apply. And then there's the surrogate branch, which is Preemie's Milk Bank is what it's called. I will have all that information linked down below if you guys are looking to donate specifically to them. They're out of California. They have a very lengthy donation process, but it is compensated. You're compensated $1 an ounce for your milk. You do have to go through a health screening. They do provide all the shipment for you. There is a pretty rigorous cleaning routine, but honestly, I loved it. The extra income was really nice. And if somebody is looking for that, I highly, highly recommend Prolacta Bioscience. They were a great milk bank to donate to, and they really do treat their donors with the highest expectation and respect as well. So now I want to move on to selling your breast milk. This is kind of a controversial thing. There's a lot of people who feel that you should just be giving away your breast milk and not sell it, or some people feel that you should just give away your milk and giving somebody breast milk bags is kind of enough for payment. It's really up to you. It's all personal preference. When you're exclusively pumping though, it does take a lot of work, a lot of time, and money as well, because you are replacing parts, buying bags. You're doing a lot of things that take up your time, and time is money, especially in this day and age. So I honestly think that if you want to sell your milk to the local public, so this isn't like to an actual bank, this is just to like general public. So it's a personal choice. As for how much, that's also a personal choice. Some people do 25 cents an ounce, 50 cents an ounce. I've seen it go all the way up to $1.50 an ounce. I've even seen it higher. I think I've seen $3 too. It's all personal preference. I would say staying around $1 75, 75 cents to $1 is a really good range to start out with. I did sell to the general public as well, and that was just my personal choice. So how would you go about doing that? A big thing is a lot of people say, well, how do you know that these donors, are safe and, they're not drinking alcohol or taking drugs or something? You don't. It is kind of a walk in the park, so to speak. But if that's important to you, you can always interview that donor and, get a good first impression. Like there's definitely a lot of questions that you can ask to figure out, how healthy this person is and how truthful they are as well. But yes, it is a gamble and you have to figure out if you're comfortable with that. So one way to find people to sell to is to look on Facebook or social media. So if you have like a town or your territory or state page, you can post something on that depending on the page guidelines. There are buy, sell, and donate Facebook groups that you can become a part of, and you can donate that way. Even asking friends and family if they want milk, give your milk away that way or sell your milk that way. So the other thing to kind of just keep in mind when selling breast milk is you can run into scams, you can run into people who think it's ridiculous to sell milk, and you could get some pushback from selling breast milk, but I really encourage people to do that just because it does help with the time and the money that you put into pumping. Another thing that you do want to check is your state laws and regulations or territory laws and regulations with selling breast milk. In some states and areas it is illegal to do that, and you also want to check taxes wise, because technically you kind of become like your own personal business, just to make sure that everything's safe and legal. There are, like I said, some areas that it is illegal to sell breast milk, but you can donate it. And I think there may even be some areas where it's illegal to donate your milk as well, which is really sad because we should be able to help babies and the milk is so, so good. But definitely make sure you check those out. Last but not least, shipping milk. So if you're donating to a milk bank, usually they provide all of the shipping instructions and equipment for you. That's true for ProLacta Bioscience. For a local milk bank, it may just be that you have to drive your milk there, and a simple hard shell cooler would do fine. Now, if you're planning to ship your milk from like another area, state to state, that type of deal, there definitely are some rules that you want to follow. So the first thing is, a lot of people ask me, well, what do I ship the milk in? There are two things that I recommend to ship your milk in, and I will put a picture of them up here. So it's the Yeti cooler and also this styrofoam box kind of cooler that you can get off of Amazon. And I'll have everything linked down below for you. So both of those items are really, really great for shipping milk. The Yeti is heavy, so the Yeti would be a little bit more expensive than the Amazon box. The Amazon box, I think, also comes in a couple different sizes. I do not recommend using like a soft shell cooler. That's not gonna keep it cold enough. You really want the hard shell. So the next thing is that you wanna make sure all of your breast milk bags are flat. They can't be bumpy, they can't be sitting up, just because that creates spaces. And when you have space, you're gonna get some more thawing. So you want your milk bags to be all flat. And I do have a coupon code with the Freeze It Flat, but that will help your milk bags get super, super flat. I have a coupon code here that I'll put for you guys, so you can get 10% off of your first order, and that'll completely help you get your bags super flat so you can ship them. So you wanna make sure your bags are flat, and you wanna stuff the absolute crap out of those coolers as best you can. So one of the things is you wanna kind of keep the bags upright when you're putting them in or laying flat. Really the upright position is really the best, so you can put like 2 or 3 rows of upright bags, and you really want to stuff and pack them in there, and you don't need to add any coolers or ice packs or dry ice, as long as you pack it super, super tight where you're like pushing with all your might to get those bags in there. So they're all super, super tight. Even on top, you can like fan lay a couple of bags and then put the top on. You do not need to add an ice pack, ice or dry ice, as long as it's all tightly packed and you have at least 200, 250 ounces. 100 ounces, you can ship it as long as it's tight, as long as there's no holes, there's no gap between the milk bags and the top of the cooler. You can pack 100 ounces, but the biggest thing is you want to make sure that the whole cooler is full of milk and it's all packed super, super tight, and your milk will not thaw. The other thing to note is that you want to ship it overnight. And you want to ship Monday to Thursday. And the reason is you do not want to ship on Friday because of the weekend. The shipment will be delayed and that could possibly cause thawing. So you only want to ship on Monday through Thursday, not before a holiday, and definitely check the weather to make sure that there might not be any delays. So, and you really want to do overnight shipping, which I know is more expensive. Either the people who are paying for the milk will pay that fee, or you'll pay the fee. You know, it's kind of something you have to work out if you're doing local donation. If you're donating to a milk bank, they usually pay for all of that, so you don't have to worry about it. I also recommend using FedEx and not using UPS. The only reason is that FedEx is a little bit just a little bit better at picking up the packages, and they're a little quicker at overnighting packages. So I have heard of people doing 1 to 2 day shipping, but you're cutting it close. But like I said, you want to ship overnight, make sure it's not a holiday, check the weather, and you could only want to ship on Monday to Thursday. And say that there was a delay in your shipment and you're like, oh my God, you know, they're gonna get the milk and it's gonna be all thawed. If there is still ice crystals in that milk, the milk is still great. They just need to open that box really quick and put it in their freezer, and it'll freeze up again and be completely safe and fine for baby. As long as there's ice crystals in it, it's completely fine. Even if some of it is broken up a little bit, that's fine. If there's ice crystals, it is still good milk. So I think I covered everything on donating, selling, and shipping breast milk. If you guys have any other questions, please leave them down below and I will get to them as soon as I can. I highly recommend looking into this if you have an oversupply. I know it can be a little daunting, it can be a little expensive. I really do encourage people to donate their breast milk and also sell their breast milk to local families as well, and to just give it away for free if that's what you want to do. It's all a personal choice, and I really think that you should stick with what your personal choice is, and you know, don't falter if somebody says, oh, how can you charge milk, or how can you just give it away for free like you're making so much, or something along those lines. I really encourage everybody to just go with your gut, and it'll definitely pay off. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.